Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So if you're passionate about skincare and seek products that are effective and affordable, then this is the channel for you. So please do make sure you subscribe down below and join our little skincare family. And without further ado, let's get on to today's video. And in today's video, we are going to be reviewing and comparing two online dermatology skincare brands that prescribe unique formulations with ingredients like Tretinoin, Clindamycin, Azelaic Acid and niacinamide, to name a few, with a monthly subscription service. And I've been using both brands around 10 to 12 weeks now, so get ready for a very unsponsored and very honest review on which dermatology brand is better. And so the brands in question we have are Skin and Me, or Skin Plus Me, and also Dermatica. And both brands provide a 3-month trial. So basically you just cover the shipping cost, which usually goes around £2 to £4. And then after that first month, you've just then continuously pay the normal standard subscription service, which is £19.99. And it is also really good pointing out that you can carry this subscription on until your heart's content, or you can stop it after that first month if you have seen results. But usually with sort of prescribed active ingredients, it's always best to wait for the full results after 10 to 12 weeks. And I first heard of the brand Skin and Me through a television series here in the UK called This Morning, and Caroline Hirons was a feature on one of the episodes on there, sort of really discussing how to deal with acne and sort of things and products you can sort of help to deal with that. And one of them was Skin and Me subscription service, and I was actually really intrigued because I was going through as many of you guys know, I was going through sort of like a really bad skin phase from sort of like June all the way up until, pretty much I started this online dermatology subscription service. And I was just like, I need something. I was prescribed antibiotics by my local dermatologist, which really made me unwell, like down below, like, you know what I mean? So I just was like totally at a loss of what to do. And these subscription services just manifested, just fell right into my hands online and made me spend the money. And I was also seeing a lot of Dermatica through my Instagram, like on my Instagram feed, and I was just sort of like, I did know that they offered the same subscription service but with slightly a different formulation and sort of like a slightly different consumer experience. So I thought, why not try both of them out? And first off, we have Skin and Me. And now going through the whole process of Skin and Me, sort of filling out the questionnaire and being updated on the progress of my skin and sort of like my product in general, was just talking to a virtual friend. The questions they asked on the questionnaire were really short and sweet. They weren't overly complicated. They were incredibly straightforward, and I was just like felt so at ease, and it was such a breeze. Oh my god, that rhymed. Just to go through the whole process, I was more than comfortable to upload my images of my skin onto them because I knew they were incredibly confidential and private, and I needed to upload them to get the best sort of results and the best formulation that I needed for my skin. And then once I popped in my card details to cover the shipping cost and also for future monthly subscriptions, I then just awaited my product. And in that time I received about 2 to 3 emails, really sort of helpful and incredibly insightful emails on how to use my prescribed product, what ingredients were in my prescribed product, and because that was really interesting to me, I wanted to know what ingredients I was putting on my skin, the strength and the concentrations of those active ingredients, and sort of how to incorporate this product into my routine. I then received my product around 5 to 7 days later, which included the active ingredients of 0.015% of Tretinoin, 1% of Clindamycin, and then 4% of Azelaic Acid. And for any of you guys that don't know, Tretinoin is of course that main family member of vitamin A. It's like the super gold standard of vitamin A. Like, you just cannot get anything better than that. It is an incredibly potent active ingredient which is highly effective at low concentrations, and which is why you cannot get hold of it here in the UK without a specialist prescribing it to you. And Tretinoin is absolutely fantastic at targeting the likes of fine lines, acne skin, uneven skin tone, and also sort of making your skin cells behave how they should do. And then we have Clindamycin, which is actually a topical antibiotic which eats at the bacteria called Cutibacterium, which is the bacteria that causes acne. Again, a very effective active ingredient at low concentrations, so yeah, 1% is more than enough for your skin. And finally we have Azelaic Acid, which is an awesome ingredient really helping to fight inflammation and acne, like the bacteria of that, and also it's fantastic for rosacea prone skin types just because it really helps to calm down and also even out the skin tone. And with the Skin and Me product called the Daily Dose, you actually have to twist the top half of the bottle until it clicks, which actually disperses the correct amount of product you need to use on your face. This is such a good way of doing it because this allows you to put the correct amount of product onto your face, so like that kind of large pea size. You know, we're all guilty of putting more than a pea size amount of product on our face. Me, I put like 3 pea sizes amount of everything on my face. And it also ensures that we are not running out of our product before our new monthly subscription product comes, if you get me. And using this method is actually really effective because it ensures that we are not over applying the Tretinoin or the Clindamycin or the Azelaic Acid onto our skin, which, you know, if we are just drowning our skin in too much of that product, then, you know, we're just going to have substantial side effects. We're going to have more peeling and more irritation and more dryness. And since I started the Skin and Me subscription service, they've actually changed the bottle top, so it comes out more elegantly and more controlled than the previous bottle, which is just absolutely fantastic because it just, you know, just enhances that consumer experience. And it's also great to see a brand listening to their consumers and listening to the feedback and adapting their products to make, yeah, like I said, make that overall consumer experience a lot more better. And also, since starting the Skin and Me service, from the first month to the second month, I actually had an increase in concentration of tretinoin. So I went from a 0.015% to a 0.018%, which I think is absolutely fantastic because I wasn't expecting to go up in tretinoin, but just to sort of really sort of have that journey and build up my skin's tolerance to tretinoin and have more sort of like better effects of the tretinoin, I just think is fantastic. And so before I talk about the results of both of these brands and which one I think wins this little friendly dermatology online service fight, I do want to speak about Dermatica because the overall like consumer experience and the formulation of that product was kind of a lot different to the Skin and Me one. And so here we have Dermatica, which probably has more of a minimalistic approach and sort of design feel rather than Skin and Me. Like Skin and Me is more sort of targeted towards millennials because it's very social media focused. The, you know, the different style of fonts are sort of like cool and edgy, whereas this is very sort of formal looking, like, you know, you go into like a London dermatology office. And going on to Dermatica's website, again, it's pretty straightforward. Just like Skin and Me, you just follow the same questionnaire as, you know, what is your skin type, what is your skin concerns, any allergies you have, and sort of your overall lifestyle habits. But however, I did feel that Dermatica had a lot more thorough questions in there, really sort of investigating my life. Well, not necessarily my life because that's quite personal, but just more questions related to my skin and my skin concerns and my skin journey overall than Skin and Me did have, which I found was really interesting because, you know, if I'm sort of wanting to pay for a subscription service and I want results, you know, I want the ingredients and the formulation to be, you know, absolutely spot on for my skin. So I think the more questions, it definitely is better. And of course, again, you have to upload unedited and clear images of your face just to get the best dosage and the best formulation for your skin. I then received an email to say that I'd been approved onto the subscription service, and, you know, it gave me a list of the concentrations and the ingredients that were included in my product. I do, however, you know, definitely felt that there was less information in those emails compared to Skin and Me. Overall, there was less information and it was sort of less sort of fought out than Skin and Me. And the formula that Dermatica prescribed me was 0.025% of Tretinoin, 4% of niacinamide, and then 15% of Azelaic Acid. And so yeah, a slightly different formulation in comparison to Skin and Me, because obviously we don't have that Clindamycin, and we have a high percentage of Azelaic Acid and also Tretinoin. So first of all, hands down, like, Dermatica was winning in terms of formulation for me, because I did obviously want the higher concentration of ingredients. However, higher doesn't necessarily mean better. And also it is worth noting out that because of the colder weather, that 15% azelaic acid, you know, very quite potent stuff, was actually crystallizing in the formula of the product, and they were actually reducing the percentage of azelaic acid down to 4%, so that's quite a big drop from 15% down to 4%. And upon receiving the product from Dermatica, the box was actually ripped. Like, this is the second box now, but this box was actually ripped all the way down here, so the front of it was open and it was like sort of like quite loose, and then when I opened it, the Dermatica product, so it wasn't actually sitting in its right place, it was kind of like that. So I was like, oh my god, where's my product gone? Somebody's stolen my product. But yeah, so that is a shame, but I know Dermatica, you know, have taken so much care in sort of producing this packaging. It's just unfortunate that it's kind of not executed the way it should be and the way Dermatica want it to be. So with improvements on the packaging and sort of kind of making this product a bit more secure in its packaging, I think, you know, the overall experience would definitely improve. And so with the Dermatica product, it's actually like a pump style mechanism bottle instead of that twist and click like Skin and Me. So the downsides to that are you don't know how much products you've got left, and you don't know if you're going to run out before your next monthly subscription comes. And also it's advised to apply 1 to 2 drops. However, I feel like, you know, do I apply 1 drop? Is that gonna last until the end of the month, or is 2 only gonna last 2 weeks? It probably won't do, but you just don't know with sort of like how much you actually really need to apply. In regards to overall formulation, comparing both of the brands, I would definitely go with Skin and Me. I just think, yes, it kind of has a little bit less of a concentration of tretinoin, but it does gradually build up. And that's not to say that you are going to start on 0.018%, that is just for my skin. You could start on a lower concentration or a higher concentration. It is totally up to the expert that sort of, you know, and the specialists that decide what strength you need to start on. I probably would have said Dermatica until they dropped their 15% azelaic acid down to 4%, but I totally understand and respect that they had issues with the consistency and the texture of their formulas, and I really just do hope they, you know, quickly find a solution and they can bump that azelaic acid up to 15% again. And in regards to overall consumer experience, I definitely think Skin and Me wins hands down again. Not because the Dermatica box was ripped and sort of the packaging was misplaced and stuff. I just think how they connect with you through your emails and sort of the overall feel of the website, I just think Skin and Me just wins it for me. It's definitely more approach to sort of what I would want from a skincare brand, whereas Dermatica, I felt maybe it was a bit too formal, but you know, that's not to say that Dermatica is horrendous or anything like that. You know, it's still a fantastic brand. It's just personal preference. Please do let me know down in the comments below on your thoughts on these dermatology subscription services, and also your experiences with active ingredients like clindamycin or tretinoin or anything like that. With mine, I did experience like some peeling, some dryness, and a bit of a compromised skin barrier to begin with. However, you know, sort of the purging wasn't really there, and it was just an overall pleasant experience and really adaptable into my skincare routine. So yeah, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you very, very soon for a brand new video. See you later guys, bye bye.